We've got bullish predictions of $400 for Sol. JUP's reached its all-time high. April's the month of airdrops, and I think April is going to be very good. Let's dive into everything now. It's the 1st of April, 2024. Happy April Fool's Day. Let's start with Curb. ETH versus Sol, 2020 versus 2024. TLDR, buckle up, $400 Sol is loading. And if we compare these side by side, you can see when massive airdrops come into the ecosystem in the past, more liquidity comes in because more people can come in, more people think there's extractable value. They don't necessarily think, oh, there's extractable value. They just think, oh, wow, this crypto thing seems to make money, and people jump in. So what we're expecting, in my opinion, is a nice push up to 400 pretty soon. Not financial advice, but I still have a long on. Also, JUP is now trading at $1.78. This is doing very, very well. This launched beginning of Feb. It came on up to about 70 cents, and then it came down. Now, I was expecting it to come over $1, but it didn't. But fortunately, in reality, I didn't have to wait very long. Mid-March, we got what we were after, and I'm quite happy to wait 6 weeks. Now, we're definitely doing very, very well. Just a reminder, make sure you stake and vote with your JUP. The website's vote.jup.ag, but you should always just go to the official Twitter, and from there, find the correct link. I'm voting with the core working group's proposal. I voted for, and this closes at 5 p.m. UTC time today, Monday. JUP is also doing better than Sui in terms of market cap. It's at number 55, Sui's at 56. And then we've got WIF, a very popular meme coin. This has gone to number 28, and Atom from the Cosmos ecosystems at 29. So congrats to WIF. This will be in my actionables later on, but make sure you're actually paying attention to greed. And if you go to the website, The Real Greed, if you've been doing any interactions, you can go and connect your wallet here and you can check your whitelist status. Also, if you actually did participate in the original greed experiment over a year ago, if you connect that wallet, you will notice that it will say whitelist. Now onto points. April is a very lucrative month in terms of airdrops. Very lucrative. So I hope you've been actually using these dApps, and I hope you get a decent amount of an airdrop. Now these just relate to points that you could sell if you wanted to. Parcel and Community Finance, these should be coming in April, and I'm unsure when these ones will be. But you can see very clearly there's a bullish narrative for these projects. 1 million points was not too hard. $1,400 is what you can go and sell them for right now on Whales Market. Now when tokens come out, it's always good to see the tokenomics. In terms of the supply at Token Generation event, these have very good tokenomics. As an example, some are coming out with just 2% or 1.5%, or sometimes just the airdrop is 1%. If you have a look at these, the airdrop is substantial. So like Wormhole Crypto, 17% is reserved for the airdrop. That's 11% at TGE, and the rest vested over the next 4 months. JUP had a very good airdrop, as we know, 10%, and Parcel has 8%. So this gives a lot of liquidity to the market. People can sell out if they want, or they can buy more. There's been another solid week in the books for the manlet staking Sol. So stake your Sol with validator.com. I stake Sol every single day. I dollar cost average in, I buy, and I stake. And in the future, if you want to get involved in DeFi, you can actually take your stake account and convert it to Jito Sol. And Jito Sol is my preferred liquid staking token because it still gives you this MEV value. So when you see stuff like this, a huge amount of value going to validators for doing all this MEV work, normally about 92% of all of that value goes back to the stakers. That's why I'm far more bullish on Jito Sol, and that's why you should stake with validator.com. Mert points out this great fact: Solana's done more Dex volume in the first 3 months of 2024 than in the past 3 years combined. This is absolutely insane. I do wonder if 2021 for some reason is just not showing the data, but either way, the growth is crazy. Ifan is from Cubik. I covered this a few times, and the grants round 1 has come to an end. 155k is being distributed to over 50 projects. If you missed out with contributing this time, make sure you do it next time. I'll give more notice and I'll tell you which projects I like. Remember, it is April 1st, it's April Fool's Day. You will see some posts like this where people don't realize it's actually a joke. Drip is not working on their L3 built on Solana. However, you should be getting involved in Drip. I have an older tutorial that still works, but I'll be making a new one hopefully this week. Dex Lab has been integrated to Jupiter routing. This just means you've got more liquidity sources. Honestly, is there anywhere you'd rather go than JUP? The answer is categorically no. It just does everything now. And for new tokens, in case you didn't know, you can just go to jup.ag and in front of JUP, just type in T0, t0.jup.ag, and then paste in the contract address and it will find the routing and you can go and buy it like that. Of course, for brand new tokens, if you're going to be a degen, you'll probably be using FluxBeam-Bot or BonkBot to buy them really quickly. Otherwise, you can use JUP. Remember to stake your JUP and go and vote. The vote ends today for the core working group, today at 5 p.m. UTC time. And Easy's gone and done a little Twitter thread basically covering the recent town hall. The summary is that the core working group is asking for a decent amount of JUP, like a really decent amount. I have personally voted for 4 because I think this will incentivize them, and then a criticism can come if they don't put in the effort, and I'm sure they will. They've already put in an insane amount of effort, and it will continue. Essentially, the only feedback really kind of coming is you need some way to measure it and to keep people actually incentivized, other than just, we worked well in the past, we'll work again hard in the future. And so I think this is very valid. And remember, DAOs are still in a very early stage. If you go full decentralized, autonomous organization, kind of controlled by the masses, it just doesn't work. You still need some sort of leadership roles in there, some sort of hierarchy. You need mega skill, and you need to be compensated. If people are doing this for free, it just doesn't work. Brick by brick, a big brick. Backpack Exchange is now live with Bitcoin. Now remember, with Backpack Exchange, all they seem to care about is volume. So if you have access to it, if you put through quite a few trades going in, out, of course you're going to pay fees, but in the future, you should get some sort of backpack token or allocation like that. So it may work similar to how JUP did, maybe a tiered system. I'm unsure, I don't have any details, and I can't KYC where I live in Europe, so I'm not entirely sure. Plus, we're all in just a speculation phase, but essentially it's just trying to pull in liquidity, and then I imagine the backpack token would have some utility such as staking it, and then having access to new IDOs or things like that in the future. That's just me speculating, however. Here's a post on Rainfi. Now I've gone and done a very good tutorial on Rainfi. You are early, make sure you try it out. What I really like about it is the fact that you can go and take ETH or BTC and SOL and other tokens as well. And then you can either provide tokens such as WIF or Bonk and borrow these tokens. So as an example, I go and provide say $1,000 worth of WIF, and then I can go and borrow like $500 worth of Bitcoin or $500 worth of SOL. I'm paying an interest rate, it's peer-to-peer, it goes to another person, there's no liquidation risk, and you cannot do these sort of borrows with any other platform. As an example, on Community Finance, they'll give you 10% of the value of WIF, and there is liquidation risk. So do give this a go. There are droplets alive. In fact, there's 20k of droplets points. Jussie's covering this as well. So I feel we're still in this early phase, and maybe for another 2 weeks, it will be early. So you want to get in right now while you're early. I think this dApp has real product market fit and can really get a decent amount of market share. You can also do things where you use your Solana based NFTs. I'm less bullish on this at the moment just because liquidity's rotated out of NFTs and it's more focused on meme coins and tokens. So I do like the token aspect at present a lot more. Now make sure you check out my video. It's this one just here, more yield, bigger loans. It's only 1 day old and it will be linked above. It'll be linked just up here. The MetaDAO, as you should remember, that's shipping Futagi as a service platform so other DAOs can utilize this. And the UI and UX will be very clean compared to what it currently is. So that's more normie friendly. That's my understanding anyway. There's been a couple of people that have asked me about Panda Swap, and I said I would include it in today's video. My summary is not bullish in the slightest. We basically have 3 platforms out there, Raydium, Orca, and Meteora. Meteora will suck the most amount of liquidity because it is and will become the best project. Raydium and Orca both have a token. They're both resting on their laurels in my opinion. The Orca token, as far as I'm aware, does nothing. And the Raydium token did a lot in the previous cycle because it had a launchpad. They haven't given any indication that they actually want to be a launchpad again. Now, if they become a launchpad, then of course that has utility and that has value. But at present, the Ray token has no utility, no value in my opinion. So what I'm trying to say is there is definitely room for a competitor to come in, but it's not as easy as it is on EVM land, where you can just fork Uniswap's code and go and do something that's still very, very safe. We don't have that same safety aspect over here on Solana. So you're going to see quite a few projects like this, basically having a dream, having a goal. They don't have a blue Twitter tick, which is bearish. They don't have a website, just a Telegram, and they're already talking about a token. So they're talking about a listing date and the fact that people are already holding the token, but they're not actually a DEX. Now, by the way, I haven't actually clicked in and checked out to see if they have a website inside the Telegram, but if you do have a website, it should be linked on your Twitter. Now, of course, the reason why people are asking about this is because it was going through some sort of pump. The token is brand new, it's just over 1 week old, but realistically, it's only up 235%. Also, if I click here, there is actually a website, but this to me looks meh. I hate to judge things so early, but I definitely feel you should actually ship something that you can have a look at first. I could be wrong, but at present, I'm not doing anything with it at all. The Barrows is locking up some bonk for bonk rewards. They've also done a claim. 56 million bonk will be distributed to orphans and Barrows, but it's done via a raffle. So if you own one of these, make sure you enter the raffle. The raffle's live in Discord now. Wormhole is launching their token on Wednesday, 11:30 AM UTC time. Now, somebody asked me about arbitrage opportunities with this token and future tokens. So this is how it works. We can use as an example JUP or JTO. If we go back 1 year, we're not going to see all the details terribly well. If we go back max, we can see all the information here. Now, this is not going to give us the best detailed information because we're just using CoinGecko, but we could look at the on-chain data a little bit better. What I'll do though is I'll just give you a little bit of a heads up on how it happened. People went and claimed their JTO. This is expected, and they started selling it very fast. With JUP would route it through different things, and MEV bots would get in and they'd front run you, and you'd add extra gas and you'd add extra slippage, and all of a sudden this was trading for less than $1 on the blockchain. However, if you went and moved your JTO to Coinbase, it was trading at $1.80. Now, we didn't see the exact same thing happen with JUP because it was on the blockchain as opposed to listed with multiple exchanges. So there was no arbitrage system, and at present, a centralized exchange such as Bybit, Binance, Coinbase, it handles a huge amount of volume better than what a brand new token does on launch day on Solana. Centralized systems are just faster. So as an example, a token such as W could be worth less on the blockchain and worth more on a centralized exchange. Now, I'm not sure why, but there's not even a pre-token here for Wormhole. So I'll have to cover this maybe a day before release. What I'm expecting is Coinbase, Bybit, and Binance will all support W on launch. And so now you've got this game where you want to claim it as fast as you can, and then you need to decide, do you sell it on the blockchain if you want to sell it, or do you send it to Bybit, Binance, or Coinbase and sell it there? If you send it to a centralized exchange, then there can be a bit of a delay. Sometimes if there's a lot of traffic, it can be a delay of over an hour, in which case you've lost the ability to do any arbitrage because the arbitrage would have normally been sorted out on chain. Now, if we go to Whales Pro, we can see the token's actually going down a little bit in value. For some reason, it's showing $2.19, but you can see all these orders here with the actual price being $1.58. You can see if you wanted to go and buy some tokens right now, that's $1.58. However, actual buy orders, the best available is $1.50. But if we scroll on down, we will be able to see people were paying a higher amount. So even just like 32 minutes ago, for some reason, someone was paying almost $2, which was a bit strange, but it's up to them. So how do you play this? Well, the first thing you need to understand is, do you actually want to sell your W token? If you do, you may want to go and set sell orders. You can set sell orders on JUP. You can also go and set them on drift.trade, but I still think you'll get more value by setting a sell limit order on a centralized exchange, at least for the first, say, 2 to 3 hours. And then any arbitrages in the market should be gone. On to the next news. Z from Solworks has gone and branded their Solana-airdrop-checker.solworks.dev, that kind of website. They've gone and rebranded it nicely to just airdropped.link. What I love about this website is it's literally the only link you need and has a nice catchy domain name. Someone asks, what's a link? The link is just airdropped. And then it'll take a little bit of time and people will be like, .com? And then you'll just go, no, .link. The link is airdropped, airdropped.link. So I think this is a great website. And for that, let's move into the actionables for the day. We may as well start with airdrop.link. Let's jump into this Phantom wallet here. I'll go and copy this address. Now, previously, we're able to just enter in our address. So as an example like that, and then click check. Now it's saying you must be logged into check activity. So all you need to do is go and sign up. Now you can put in an email. It can be any email address you like. So it doesn't have to be your genuine email address. Then you just click on sign in and it will send you an actual email password. So there's a code here. I'll copy that code, come over here and just paste it. And then we're in. Now you can see that I'm actually paying for this service. I'm not actually, as I have one of the NFTs from the project, and as long as you go to pay with the wallet with that NFT in it, then you'll sign a transaction and it'll be like 1 cent or 0 cents or something like that. I can't remember, but basically you don't pay. Otherwise, for better efficiency, yes, you do have to pay. Now there seems to be some sort of referral system here, so I'll provide this link below. Make sure you're using my referral. And I have no idea about the point system, but I have 2015 points. Well, cool. Now we go to checker, and just as a reminder, you don't have to pay for the service, but you can't add all of your different addresses at the same time. Now my suggestion is you have a Google Sheet and you add all of these addresses into that Google Sheet. That way you can see everything there. So you can copy them all and then paste them all in, and it takes no time at all, as opposed to you going into your wallet, going to your Saga wallet, going to all your Ledger wallets, all that sort of stuff. And we're just entering the addresses and then we're clicking check. We are not actually doing anything in terms of connecting the address to the website. We're not connecting a wallet in any way. Then this will show us our eligibility. So as an example, this wallet could claim 200 JUP, this wallet could claim 1200, and there's also the claim link. It doesn't show if it's already been claimed. These have been claimed, but it does show that it was eligible. And then there's other things here as well. So as an example, Racket, I can claim Racket. Maybe I've already done so. They were all eligible for when, and this wallet was eligible for Basket. And then there's other ones here as well. And you can see this wallet has some Camino points. So if you're doing anything on Solana, you must be using this, and it's worth paying for it. It's worth just grabbing the NFT. By the way, this is the NFT here, Sujiko Warrior. You just grab one of these, and at present, that's the utility that it offers. Free use of the Solana airdrop checker. Maybe in a week, I'll do a full tutorial on this. Let me know if you think that's valuable. But in the meantime, it is pretty easy to use. So as an example, with this wallet address, I will go and claim my basket. So I've covered this before, but you just go to claim.basket.fi/vesting. And I've already claimed everything, but you just click on claim if you're eligible. You're running out of days here. I'll remind you tomorrow, but that's it. I think you may have around 4 more days to claim, approximately. Now let's move on to the actionables. It's the 1st of April 2024. You've got until 5 PM UTC time to vote with JUP at vote.jup.ag. If you're not staking your JUP, go and stake it there as well. 2. Prep wallets for W, the Wormhole airdrop, using airdrop.link. This of course means you just go and grab all of your wallet addresses, you put them to a spreadsheet, and you copy and you paste them into airdrop.link. And then you see which ones are eligible for W, so that come the 3rd of April, you're ready to go and start claiming. Number 3, claim any basket you have. Same thing, grab all those addresses and see which ones are eligible for basket. Number 4, Orphans and Barrows bonk raffle. If you own a barrow or an orphan, jump into Discord, find the link and enter that raffle. And number 5, get greed whitelist spot. Everything's pretty easy to understand. The only thing I'll show you quickly is getting greed whitelist spot. So if you find Voshi, which is very simple, at Voshi, make sure you're following him and then click on this link here. This will take you to subba.xyz. And then scroll on down and you'll notice an insane number of different projects that are offering, 5 to 10 spots. Some have a little bit more. A lot of them have expired. And a lot of these DAOs are not just from Solana, they're from Sui or other blockchains as well. But you'll see this top one here is 500 spots. It's just a full-on raffle. So you just click view and then you go and connect. You make sure you're following Voshi. You like the tweet, you retweet the tweet, and you connect a minting whitelist wallet. And you'll use that wallet to buy some greed when it actually launches. At present, there's 12 hours remaining and there's under 500 entries, but I imagine this will show 1,000 entries. But the odds are still pretty good, to be honest. That's all the alpha for today. I guess there's one thing that I missed on the list as well of actionables, and that was go and use Rainfi. The video is linked below as well. Stay curious. Catch you in the next video.